Hey guys, so day 3, right? These are books that I have to get rid of that I bought. Anyway, I didn't. I decided to delete it, but I did a Goosebumps video yesterday, and you guys can go see that. But it's too silly. Um, but you can go see it. Okay, so this is David Icke. I don't know why specifically I decided to buy this book, but he was talking about in a documentary. It's called Human Race, Get Off Your Knees, The Lion Sleeps No More. I mean, if there's a title, that's one of them, right? And there's a lion. So David Icke is from the UK, and he talked a lot about spiritual stuff. He had a Kundalini awakening. I've had also a Kundalini awakening that was very tough for me, and he was kind of like scrutinized early in his life. He played. What did he play? Did he play football? Like soccer, he played, and he was heavily scrutinized when he went on this television show. And it kind of like destroyed him for a little bit because he was talking about how he had an awakening. He went to Peru, like something happened to him, and he had a K awakening. So that's what a K awakening is. It's like an understanding of the chakra system. So it's like your body feels like electricity, right? So before my K awakening, my body was normal. I didn't feel I didn't feel like my chakra system, or like energetically I didn't feel that. And then after my K awakening, I felt all of it at once, actually. So it comes up from the back of the spine and into the stomach and up and out into the universe. It's a very blissful experience. It was a very blissful experience, but it just turned my world upside down, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I guess why I bought David Icke's book was because I wanted to know what he thought about it. I've certainly not read it all. Look at that shit. No way. But I guess I'll go over his chapters. By the way, go on my YouTube because I don't know how long this is gonna last. It might be a while. A dedication to the extraordinary Linda, my rock in every storm. That's cute. I like that. All right, the content. Okay, so he starts out with "I'm not David Icke." So you lose your identity when you have a Kundalini awakening. It's just like it's taken from you, and you're left with like this feeling of it's weird because it felt really good, but it was also very scary, right? And so the first thing is like the loss of identity. That happens. And then no brick in the wall. No brick in the wall would be like you have to turn over every aspect of yourself and dive into everything that you are in order to gain yourself any kind of way to like get back into society, It's a very difficult process. Spider-Man. Okay, so like he has a chapter called Spider-Man. He's ridiculous, but you kind of feel like after your identity loss that you feel like superpowers, right? And you think you can do anything and you'll be able to do anything, and I think that there's like the ego death that still has to come, right? Spaceship Moon was a really good chapter that I actually did read, but Spaceship Moon is like alien contact, obviously. And then it gets more like political as it goes on. The Moon Matrix, destroying human health. Destroying human health was like an important part to read. Stop. The dog's crying. Stop. Um, Destroying human health. Yeah. Um, World everything. Assault on freedom and stealing the children. I've already told you guys about this book. You can, or did I do a story or did I post it? I don't remember. But so when it really gets heavy is the part about essentially child trafficking, which I've always been I feel like I should be involved in or something, because it's always hurt me so much. So he talks about child trafficking and essentially how the government lies to us about actually how much it actually happens, you know, and it's the worst crime in the world. And I think that's why I like this book, is because he had a K awakening and he also has the same interests as me, you know. I mean, nobody wants to talk about children being trafficked, you know, but he was willing. This was like 2007, I think. But, you know, I feel like nobody's willing, and he was willing, you know, to talk about it. And I think that's special. I'll show you some paintings that he did of Kay, like what it's like. It's kind of like, it feels like kind of like electricity in the body, like I said before, but I mean, it's constant. It actually doesn't end, and sometimes I'll have kriyas where I'll jolt, and that sucks. He talks about the chakras, like the world chakras as well, because it's like when you have a Kundalini awakening, you become obsessed with chakras, you know, because it's like it's so much there for you at that point. That's why they've been talking about it for thousands of years, you know. So that's that book. I don't know if I want to talk anymore. I got up and I read. I was just thinking of like maybe doing this every day, because I get up, you know, and that's cool. Also, honorable mention, I have this Life magazine that I will not be leaving without. I'm going to Colorado, but I said that yesterday in my other YouTube video. You guys can go check it out if you'd like. This is Anne Frank. And I think didn't they make everybody read this in the 7th grade? Diary of a Young Girl, right? Or no? But I read it, and I also read Night. So I was really into like World War II when I was younger, and just knowing like people suffering. And the thing I've always loved about her story was that she persevered through the worst of suffering, right? The worst of suffering. So every day I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm suffering, but what about Anne Frank, you know? She literally starved to death, so that was a really important book to me, and I love this magazine. It has great pictures, wonderful pictures. I can never lose this. Holy shit. Here's one of, it looks, that's scary. You know? That's not right. And then of little children having, you know, their dolls with them, right? And then it goes on to nicer stuff. Our chestnut tree is in full bloom. It's covered with leaves, and it's even more beautiful than last year. I don't know what that was, but it's a picture. Anyways, I think that's it. That's good, right? 10 minutes. I'll stop at 10 minutes. But this is going to be like something that I do. I don't do stories anymore because they're boring and don't last long. So I'll just be posting. And if you guys want to come to my YouTube, like I said, feel free. And I've gotten some views. So, thanks, guys. We'll see ya.